What is going on? Oh, hang on. Oh, hello. Almost lost my voice there. Oh, God.
You
That's a bad
good?
first start. All right. Before we get into it, obviously, for those who are kind of before we introduce her, I got a chance to meet her this past Saturday in Philadelphia for BCW. Kind of give her a little bit introduce her. She is the two-time PPW Women's Champion, the BPC Battle Club Icons Champion, the BCP Fallout Shelter, and the also has held the PAPW Women's Champion. Let's welcome Miss Sammi Chaos herself.
Hello.
Hey,
What is up, Sammy?
Nothing. How are you guys?
Not too bad. So obviously, before we get into the questions, we've seen on some of the promotion material. You got some important dates coming up in the next couple months or so. Like first and foremost, you got the one with Sue Young. Kind of tell us how that came about.
So my frenemy, Mr. Brian Baum, who I've trained with out of the Fallout Shelter in Brooklyn, he runs a Pride show concurrently with Battle Club, and this is the second year. And we're feuding a little bit right now, so we kind of hate each other. But he has gifted me a match with Sue Young, which he thinks that Sue Young is gonna kick my ass and do his dirty work and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm so excited for this match.
So obviously, for those not familiar with Sue Young, I definitely would recommend checking out the her TNA tape. But kind of going over too with Battle Club. For those who kind of don't know, what's Battle Club all about? Like, that New York run promotion. So, kind of give us a little bit of backstory with Battle Club.
Yeah, Battle Club is run by Joe Kim Morales. They've been around for a while, and they've become a New York City staple. A lot of people love, working for Battle Club. They come from all over to work for Battle Club, and they're pretty esteemed. I train out of their school, the Fallout Shelter, who, Masha Slamovich is one of my coaches, so we love her. So,
what is Masha like personally?
she's super scary. So think of how Masha is in the ring. That's her all the time. She's a very intimidating person to have as a coach, especially looking at her, her career, her catalog, where she's been, who she's been in the ring with. But she is one of the best coaches I've had. She knows how to explain things. She gives you a different view on things. And yeah, I love training with Masha.
So one of the questions I have in my notes, because I don't know why the time I've written down, because my being a lefty, my handwriting sucks. So let's get the easiest bullshit question out of the way. What made you get into the pro wrestling business?
So I was very drunk one night, and I just got tired of sitting at a desk for 5 days a week, 9 to 5, and I felt like I was just kind of not wasting my life, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I could do something else, something bigger than whatever the hell it is I'm doing at this computer all day. So I think it was like the next morning I started researching wrestling schools, and the rest is history. But I mean, we all start out as fans. I was always a fan growing up, and I didn't even think that this was something that someone can go and pursue until I got drunk one day.
So when me and Tyler were looking at you, and obviously I got a chance to see you this past Saturday with Battleground. They have you built out of Asbury. Is that true?
Is that true? Are we trying to keep kayfabe? What's happening? You trying to break kayfabe?
Yeah, a little bit kayfabe wise.
So, I'm billed outside of Asbury Park, New Jersey, but that is more of an ode to Bam Bam Bigelow.
I
So,
mean,
I'm some
I could
Jersey.
see where you kind of got the, and especially the way your tattoos are, kind of get a little inspiration from the late Bam Bam himself. So I mean,
Mhm.
that's pretty fun to see. Oh, and another thing is too, one of the other questions I asked, like, did you ever talk to Danny after the post match at Original Sin? Because because come to find out she had like a slight post concussion. Like, have you ever checked up on her, like, see how she was doing after the fact?
Why would I check up on the girl I just gave a concussion to?
It's,
Hello?
yeah,
No,
but
absolutely not. That sounds like a whole lot of her business. That's not my business.
so obviously, obviously got Su Young coming up this next week, actually. Sorry,
Yes.
but you also got the rematch with
Yeah.
Danny. What an opportunity to kind of to add more hardware to your collection. Obviously, we mentioned before you're the two-time, right now the current reigning PPW
Yes.
Women's Champion, overall two-time, held the Icons Champion, the Fallout Shelter, and also the PAPW Women's Champion. So,
Mhm.
as a lot of people kind of don't, because myself and Tyler, we don't really look at the other indie stars, but kind of getting to meet you for the first time, it kind of like it kind of gives me the idea to say, like, who is one of the other upcoming stars? You somehow came across my radar first time out, kind of just with the appearance. It's like, something like a powerhouse that I think,
Mhm.
not a lot of, not just or like men or women can't really, really show off. So kind of, but after that, do you have any favorite opponents in the short time that you've been doing this for? What, is it 3 years now?
Yeah, it's a little over 3 years. I mean, me and Danny, I mean, I have told her this before. I feel like we're gonna fight forever across any and all promotions. Because I took the PPW belt off of Danny. So I told her, anywhere you go, any belt you have, I'm just gonna follow you and take that belt. You're gonna make it very easy for me. So I mean, I love wrestling Danny. I mean, her catalog is amazing. She's been everywhere. She sets records. So, as much as I love beating her up, she's one of my favorite people to beat up. I
I
actually
know. And I've also seen part of your catalog. You also did intergender matches, where that's something I think most men I would say not to cross your path. I mean, because you are the nicknames, which I kind of found this a bit of a badass one, is the Harvester or so. Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, the Harvester of Sorrows. I'm a huge Metallica fan. So, Harvester of Sorrows is one of their songs. Yeah, I'm just a huge Metallica mark, I guess.
Well, that kind of explains about it, but it kind of does kind of fit the aesthetic that you're kind of seeing.
Yes.
And as a lot of the people that we saw back in the 2300 or wherever the hell you're kicking ass. I mean, like you said, I mean, with Danny setting records, knowing you, and and the short time that I've kind of in the first match, kind of saw you and some of the stuff that I've looked at, I would not be surprised you shattered the more, just kind of just demolish that glass ceiling.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so. We're trying out here.
Tyler?
We are trying.
How does it feel to be a triple champion?
Amazing. I'm, slowly becoming a belt collector, which it's also a hassle because it's heavy. Shit's heavy. So it's carrying around all that hardware. It's a pain in the ass, but these are the burdens I have to bear as a champion.
Yeah. Obviously with the rematch with Danny, like if there with the rematch, would there be any stipulation that you would like to be under, especially with Danny, with BCW Hot Summer Nights, July 12th? Could you maybe persuade Timothy for a stipulation of some sorts?
I mean, I would love a no DQ match. I think Danny and I have had, a barrage of matches. We've had Lumber Jill matches, last women standing matches. So we're no stranger to like weapons and no DQ and all that. But I think no DQ would just, icing on the cake. But apparently, since she's gonna be in this match, she didn't hurt herself too bad, so we're fine.
Now,
She's fine.
I mean, like you said before, you were a wrestling fan, but who was the one wrestler you idolized the most? Growing up, just as a fan, just like myself and Tyler.
So it's definitely changed over like from when I was a kid to when I started wrestling to now. But I watch so much wrestling that it's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, I watch a ton of Bam Bam and Vader and, Bull Nakano, Aja Kong, Reggie Bennett. It's just, there's so much. I consume so much wrestling on a daily basis that, I mean, I should start a podcast, but
I mean, it can't hurt to try.
So yeah, I watch a lot. Kurt Angle has actually just recently become like one of my favorite wrestlers. Like, what? So yeah.
So me and Rob were talking about this, and it was a shocking thing to find out. You did tag team with my buddy. I went to high school with this guy. His name is Sean Henderson. You did tag team with him at an event. We were looking through, the cage match stuff to see like what we could pick out of that to ask questions for. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she really tag team with the guy that I went to high school with. So I just thought
it's a small world.
Yeah.
It's a small world. I mean, I love teaming with just a bunch of different people, a bunch of different opponents, wrestlers. Like, I love variety. So, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, like we mentioned before, you got Sue Young coming up on the 22nd, and also you're going to be wrestling tomorrow night in Worcester. Almost, no, Rhode Island people do not come for me because I did not want to meet a butcher head.
No, Rob, as a guy who lives in Rhode Island, that's how they say it up here.
But you're going against Gabby Forza. I apologize if I'm butchering that.
No, you're good. Yep. Gabby Forza, the Nomi. Mm-hmm.
So what, because, this is kind of your first for, I don't really, have you ever met Gabby at all? Gabby Forza by any chance?
We have crossed paths before. She was at a couple of the Battle Club events that we've had the last couple months. I've been wanting to wrestle Gabby for a very long time now. So I'm so excited for tomorrow. She's a strong ass bitch. So we're gonna see if she can lift my big butt. So I'm super excited. She has been like on the rise like nobody's business for over the past maybe year and a half, something like that, and she's crushing it everywhere she goes. So I'm super excited to finally step in the ring with her. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, speaking of Gabby too, like what is she like for the most part? Since you have crossed paths with her on more than one occasion,
she's super bubbly and nice, and she's a gnome. She is just like this small girl that is a powerhouse. It's wild. But she's like the sweetest person.
Short and stocky, always seem how to make the makes for the most part. But I think it's too, it's like one of the other things too, like, do you have an ultimate end goal when it's all, while when you continue to develop? And, at the same point, me and Tar can see you probably on a global stage, because the way I kind of got the feeling, and especially what I saw on Saturday night at BCW, it really kind of really shows that, going to these small events can really put some, put eyes on these, someone like you, or, a Brian Bond type of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping by the end of this year to be international. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I mean, going to indie shows, you know, like BCW, which I feel like running out of the 2300 arena is almost like you're not indie, you're fucking running out of the 2300 arena. It definitely it puts eyes on different people that you wouldn't necessarily have crossed paths with or necessarily watched. But I know there was a bunch of people who didn't know who the hell I was until, you know, I stepped out of the curtain. So
that was me for the first time. But going back to the from BCW originally, how do you talk to anybody else behind that roster right before the even the show started? You know, kind of met with B-Boy. I know you because knowing your kind of style, you probably would have been making a really good tag partner for Crowbar because Christ Almighty, that's well. Then again, that's just asking way too much fucking danger in the ring for one part. But I kind of did have a funny enough conversation with Crowbar. He's awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like who else have you like crossed paths with in the 3 years that you've been wrestling?
A bunch, yeah. I mean, I've crossed paths with B-Boy a bunch. He actually did a seminar at Fallout when I was first starting out. But I've been in locker rooms with him. I mean, the majority of the roster of BCW I've seen in some capacity or another. That's the beauty of wrestling everywhere. You tend to see some of the same people in locker rooms. But yeah, everyone on that roster is super nice, super supportive. So I love working there.
Oh, and another thing is too, it's like, and going back to what you're, because obviously you train with Masha, but it also lists too on cage match that you also train under Jorge Santi, Mike Law, Prince Ahmed, and Steve Pena. Now
Yes.
I've seen on social media tremendous support for going with Mike Law. I think he like fractured his leg or something like that.
Yeah, he broke his leg, and I don't know, he did something to his other leg, but yeah, one of his legs is broken. So yeah, we're trying to support him. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Mike Law, like what is he like?
He is larger than life. He is the colossal Mike Law himself. He's great. He is a cardio machine. So his classes are a really great time. But he's super supportive. You know, he has thrown my name in more hats than, anybody else has ever. So I love and appreciate Mike Law so much. He's a great person to know and to be around. So yeah.
And the thing with Masha too is, then for a lot of people who are familiar with her, like, I know you've trained with her, but have you ever thought maybe? I mean, because you already wrestled her once, but is there any positive, interesting way you could go back and run it back with her? But this time, say, oh wow, no, like a hardcore style match, kind of just say doors, maybe barbed wire, staple gun. Or maybe I'm just asking too damn much because I'm a fucking psycho.
I mean, that's her backyard. Like the whole hardcore deathmatch thing, she loves that. I would 100% do that with her. I mean, I would have any kind of match with her, and I would 100% love to run it back. I actually wanted to use weapons in our first match, but I guess the first match, like, relax.
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, you're going against one of the the current knockout champion, because I mean that also the fact you also had her tag team partner Killer Kelly, who she ain't no slouch either.
Yeah,
but and out of all the others that you met or you consume wrestling, but is there any like man or woman you would love to step in the ring with? Doesn't matter what any type of promotion, whether it's from GCW, hell, if you go overseas, some of it's like Japan, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I have been wanting to get in the ring with Megan Bain and Bozilla. They had a match at GCW, I think it was. Yeah. So those two names are high up on my list. So I know Bozilla just recently, maybe in the past few months, came back from Japan. So she's a powerhouse.
Okay. I think in terms, it's kind of crazy too, because when I kind of first met you, like you kind of would scream, have more dates with GCW because the way how you kind of the appearance, the aesthetic. kind of fits what GCW is
Mhm.
looking for. It's well, one in particular I hope you do get in the ring with is Joey. See how that turns out to go. See a little intergender match going
Mhm.
on.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Yeah.
it's like for the short resume, like I said, even though I have it written on here with this piece of paper, but we'll not be surprised. We'll have to run it back and see that continue to fill up. Seeing what you can offer, like I said, I mean, out of other promotions, me and Tyler, like I said, we just like to see the best, and out of especially for you, Sammy,
Mhm.
I know this kind of sounds ambitious, but we kind of hopefully to see you one day run with going to WWE at some point, kicking ass, taking
Mhm.
names, and
Hell yeah.
kind of me and Tyler can flex a little
Speaking into
bit.
the
But
universe, man.
Be like, yeah, we got a WWE start interview. Let's go.
but
Yes.
like what other styles or what has going to think back to Masha, like what has also like she taught like if when it comes to what she's seen and what she's done, in terms of what styles like can she do, like what kind of submissions she'll would implement, that sort of thing.
So she knows how to wrestle any type of wrestling, and she's taught us pretty much all of it. It's like what I do in training, you don't always see in one of my matches because it doesn't make sense. But I know how to chain wrestle. I know certain technical things, but when I'm in a match with someone the size of Danny, it doesn't really make sense for me to chain wrestle her or anything like that. But she always says like it's important for everyone to know how to do everything, but it doesn't necessarily mean you use everything. So, it's maybe one day I pull out a moonsault. Who knows?
Oh Jesus,
Promises and shit.
I'm sorry, but I've seen a lot of like bigger people who do it. I mean, Ivar's one of them from the War Raiders.
Yes. I
Oh,
love
Literally,
Ivar.
that is just
yeah,
that's just
literally one
nightmare
time
inducing.
one time my boy saw Moose hit a simple
I
drop
said,
kick. He's
well,
like,
yeah,
that's
I
it.
almost got out of my chair. I said, well, I'm
done.
done. Because, like, first of all, a guy is at 6'5", like, just showing that type of athleticism.
Yes.
It's impressive and up, but it's like,
Yo,
the hell.
I love Ivar so much. I'm like, why is he able to do these things?
I mean, considering the fact that the fact that this man had to get Sims, like him and Eric, they could have obviously not been in the ring, because we all know in the pro wrestling business, anything injury to the neck, you're done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because obviously I don't know if you've saw any updates with Kevin Owens, like he
Yeah.
might not come back. I was like, well, that utterly sucks.
I know. I hate
Because
that.
I don't know if you saw his older stuff, with obviously with him
Yes.
and Sammy ask El Generico. It's like, well,
Oh my God. Old ROH Kevin Steen, like, love.
because it really, because is there any other promotions they have your eyes set on? Because right now you have thing with Battle Club. You're coming back to BCW in July.
Yeah.
Like, is there any other promotions you have your eyes on? Like you're focused on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely want to work for GCW. I've sent out messages and emails and all that, and it's just a hurry up and wait type of thing. So GCW definitely. What is it? Pro Wrestling Eve in the UK. I'd love to work for them. New Texas Pro. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch. I'd love to go to the West Coast Pro. So we're trying. We're trying.
I mean, try. That's all you can do is just try. But
Yeah, exactly.
and it's because another matchup that I had popped in my head, Sammy Callahan. I think you and Sammy Callahan can lock it up. Just we got to make sure he doesn't bring out an N64 controller wrapped in barbed wire like he did at with Mance Warner.
Yeah,
right.
But it's like,
I mean, I was supposed to wrestle Jessica Havoc But
Ah,
this
damn it.
was a while ago. I was supposed to wrestle Havoc, but she hurt her knee at the time, so we're trying to get that match scheduled again.
Now, speaking of Jessica Havoc, because it's been a while since myself and Tyler have seen her TNA television, but how is she doing? Is she still? Has she been cleared? Because like this, I had
Yeah,
hardly any seen
yeah,
updates with her.
yeah. I don't think she's. I don't know when she's gonna be on TNA again, but I know she's been wrestling with Pro Wrestling Revolver, a lot.
Okay,
So she's been
because
out there. She's been wrestling. So
because it's been hard to kind of follow her, and with all the with no updates, it's like like it's
yeah.
been well over a few years. Because I mean, the last time myself and Tyler seen her was a tag team with her and Rosemary.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
kind of not say difficult, but I don't know what kind of person she truly is. If she's like that, kind of doesn't really open herself up. But I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I don't know what state her knee is in, or she could just be taking it easy, chilling, But yeah, I hope one day we can run that match. It'll be a lot of fun.
Now with Battle Club, like, is there any type of streaming service that we can catch Battle Club at all, or?
So they're on titlematchnetwork.com. I don't know if they ever stream live, but I know that they put up all their shows after the fact on Title Match Network. So I know sometimes even on the Title Match Network YouTube page, sometimes they upload full shows. So
Yeah, because I mean, the reason why I asked, because I mean, I tried checking, Triller, because that's kind of where I found about BCW. Well,
yeah.
checking more social media and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it's like, and it's getting to see Su Young finally back after. Like, can't remember what she took time off. I don't know, it was to be a mom.
Initially, Rob, I think she took time off from maternity leave.
Right. Kind of I forgot about that, because it is going to be interesting, because we're gonna try. I'm going to try to see if definitely when that show comes out, definitely would watch the full thing. But
yeah.
as we will be watching you tomorrow night, you and Gabby Forza, and look,
Oh,
that should
yeah.
be a good show. And obviously, this man's neck in the woods, out in Worcester, is. Sorry, how far are you out of Worcester? Not that far out,
I live in the smallest state ever, Rhode
Yes, you
Island.
do.
So it's probably a good, like, not even that far. I don't even know the actual distance. It's probably a good 15 minutes to get to Mass. So it's like not far.
And obviously too, and and it's kind of seeing people to look how your look is like. You kind of change your look up at different times too, mostly from your makeup perspective.
Yeah.
Side of things. Where has your inspirations come from with some of your makeup looks?
Yes.
Whether it's like coming from the eye or
Mhm.
wherever the case may be.
So when I used to do the whole like vein thing out of my eye, that was like a little bit of Bull, a little bit of Luna Vachon. But I love doing that. And then I saw a lot of people started doing that, and I was like, all right, like I have to switch it up. But yeah, it just a lot of people like to call me, like the plus size Rhea Ripley, which is fucking hilarious to me. But no, I just like darker makeup and like looking as pale as humanly possible, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can see why they call you the plus size Rhea Ripley for a reason. Speaking of which, do you ever think you consider her as a dream opponent at some point when you do ever make it big with her?
Oh my God. I would like probably throw up if I ever got to wrestle.
It's because it's like it's because I
She's
know
so fucking good.
So you ain't wrong on that.
Mhm.
But and the thing is too, like the fact you grew up because take from me, Charles, we didn't really see like more like we're more on the younger side because we haven't really seen like much of Bull Nakano.
Mhm.
I mean, taking from me, I seen Luna on her older side. I mean, the way how she talked, like she smoked a whole goddamn tongue of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do that. But with because I mean, it is impressive to see, the fact that you started out not just because being drunk that's funny enough to start. Being drunk is one, but the fact that you're putting this work in, not just doing this for a living, and also the fact you're still kind of a wrestling fan. But do you still kind of keep up with the current product to this day?
Yeah. I mean, I try to keep up as much as possible. I try to watch Monday Night Raw all the time. But yeah, I mean, having Instagram and X, how could you not? Because my social media all day is full of AEW and WWE and TNA and all that fun stuff. So I'm definitely up to date. So yeah,
I mean,
I especially try to keep up with what the women are doing. So.
I mean, because there's a lot of other names I could throw out that I could see at some point. I mean, Rosemary's one of them. Just that's a whole kind of makes sense. I mean, not the same size as she once was, but I mean, still.
She's tall.
Scary.
She's tall.
You actually met her, have you?
Yes, Masha brought a couple of us one day to TNA to be extras and just work on the ring and all that fun stuff. But I was pleasantly surprised how tall Rosemary was in real life. I was like, holy shit! Like,
yeah, because we look at her on TNA TV, like she looks small as hell.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, well, I mean, I guess I guess you could say looks can be deceiving in terms when it comes with the cameras being on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like who else, have you met when Masha brought you into TNA to be like some sort of extra? Because that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I met Jordan Grace. She's the opposite. She's super small.
Yeah, I mean, just stay away from her husband with Jonathan Gresham.
They're both short and stocky.
They are both. They look like action figures, and I'm like, oh my goodness,
it don't make no damn sense. Doesn't say no human should be looking like that.
They are so jacked and small. I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, we met Gail Kim, Kazarian, all of them. So yeah, everyone was super nice.
Now with what is Rosemary like? That's besides what she's presented on TV. Because the one time I've seen her carry a goddamn cleaver to the ring, it's like, well, someone's fucking daddy. It's like, well,
she's an insane person, and that's why we love her.
I was like, well, no wonder why you probably would match up pretty well with her. I mean, similar style. I mean,
crazy girls.
Yeah. Hell, I mean, if Havoc was around, Triple Threat would have been nice too. But then again, never say never in this damn business, even though it has
that's the truth. Yep.
Because we've seen where stuff that never thought possible. I mean, hell, we thought possible. I mean, hell, with go back to think my time with GCW, or not GCW, but sorry, BCW. I'm definitely hoping to go to GCW at some point, but but looking at that how that show was, and you and Dan, and kind of, and obviously we opened up with Facade, kind of know who we, because I think a lot of people know who Facade is at this point in time.
Yeah.
Wrestled with Ring of Honor a little bit. I think a little bit AEW. My memory serves.
Yeah, he wrestled. I think a few matches on the AEW program.
That was kind of fun with him and Myron Maloney. For me, like I said, the one match that I was anticipated, because I've seen Dandy Mo a couple times, especially she was kind of extras with, on WWE Raw. I think in a local tag team against Bianca, and also AEW Dynamite. So kind of knew her background, but no, because originally we had Kiera Hogan on the card. Unfortunately, from what I've had a conversation with a lot of people, couldn't make it. And then we saw the replacements like Sammy Chaos. It's like, I might have to check her stuff out, because it's like, and now it kind of, I mean, as you pointed to, we're all wrestling junkies at this point, because I've been a fan for for 26, 26 years. Holy crap. But now the thing is too, it's like, because I know, like, I don't know how you felt going into the hallowed halls of 2300 weeks. I know deep down it probably made you a little nervous. I guess if that made sense.
Yeah.
Knowing the fact you had had the names of the all-time greats there. I mean, Sabu, Terry Funk, RVD, the Dudley
Yes.
Boys, and now you have Nick Gage up there. I mean,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny. Speaking of AEW Dynamite, and the fact of the matter, he's mentioned that it's like really, you couldn't mention the fucking pizza cutter spot that got the company pissed off at Domino's for that. And it's like, first of all, that's comedic fucking timing.
I know.
You can't get mad at Domino's for it. I mean, come on.
Amazing.
It's like,
that was perfect.
Because I know. I mean, have you ever talked to Nick Gage at all?
Yes.
Like, what is this? I mean, no, that dude's fucking insane. But what is he like truly like as a human being?
He is an amazing human being. He's so soft-spoken and nice, which is like the complete opposite of what y'all are seeing in that ring. Like,
Yeah,
he had his dog backstage, or back in the locker room, and it's like this little white fluffy thing, and I'm like, this is not Nick Gage's dog. But like,
nah, it's like, I mean,
wild.
the guys at MDK like drops the F-bombs here and there, which unfortunately something because obviously me and Tyler, because since we grew up in South Jersey, that's kind of when we're more accustomed to, and also in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
Like there was for the show that I would say Timothy Ember put on I thought was fantastic. For me, the one I think for me, I liked every match, but the one that really impressed me much, and because obviously me and Tyler, we love a lot of women's wrestling. That was you and Danny, and I can't wait to see you guys running back in July. Once I come, because I am going back in July.
Yeah.
So because let's be
awesome.
Real, tickets nowadays, the other shows are fucking an arm and a goddamn leg.
I know.
But I mean, because I know obviously you probably met Drake, because I know a lot of people had a lot of mixed feelings with him over the last few years of the shit that came about him,
Yeah.
But seeing the kind of guy that, and I gotta kind of talk to him too, seeing change for the best. I mean,
yeah,
that's it's like let go with the and that's the problem with wrestling fans do. Like we have a hard time letting go with the past.
Yes.
Okay, it's now, and obviously you probably seen because I mean, I talk Masada knowing him. No, I've seen some people comment, they had mixed reactions with him and Jinder pulling out the skewers. Like, God damn it! So now I missed out on the. I mean, I did see it on social media. I mean, a lot of doors broken. Even though I was hoping, it's like, man, at some point, can we get some goddamn barbed wire in here? I mean, it ain't the ECW arena for a goddamn reason.
I know. Maybe the next show. Tim puts on a great show.
Like that's the first time, and like I said, BCW, I'm still kind of new with, and with Timothy, but kind of got that first impression. It's like, it's definitely making me want to come back again, knowing that now you got Colby Carino going, you guys running it back. Yeah, Slack and Colby Carino going at it after what we saw.
That should be insane. That's going to be crazy.
Christ almighty. I mean, after what we originally saw with Shane Mercer, which I know you already, not carried into drama at all. The stuff that was coming about with Shane, not the so good, not the good, so kind of a lot of the crap that's been coming out about him, but kind of when I first kind of not like a little brief, but the dude was great. Ruckus, a lot of people, and the fact this dude still moves the same way he did back in his old CCWs, it's like that makes sense. I mean, Larry Legend still looks the same. I mean, I will tell you this one funny story where because I was in the fifth row on the west side, because I know I did see a couple kids calling an asshole like that, which I started. I howled it because that was funny. I was like, oh, but so I think it would have been the second match. I think it was before the opening match. I yelled, I shit you not. I thought he looked at me. I said, DJ Paulie wannabe. Now, for those who don't know who I'm talking about, that is from the Jersey Shore. Because let's be real, I mean, the dude looks seriously like a spray tan, a lot of air gel, and I could have thought he looked at me dirty. He was like, well, at least I did my job. But seeing the original Blackout, because because obviously my buddy Gooley was here. Like he will tell you a lot more about what the original CCW with Ruckus still being there. Trying to think. I'm having a complete brain fart right about now because that entire show took me out, and that's a good.
Yeah.
That was a good thing. Oh, that's another thing too. Matt Tremont. That's another one who I can see you going at it with.
Oh yeah.
Because we saw with him.
We actually had a mini match for Stan Styles Intergender Bonanza at the H2O.
Speaking of now, it's good old Stan. I mean, I mean, somehow the fact that this man can get over a shake weight and whipped cream over is mind-boggling. But then again, that's the beauty.
Anywhere he goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of it.
And wait a minute, Rob, you got to get this one right. It is a shake weight with a slow motion attachment on
it. Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like obviously right now you got like a couple dates coming up, but what else is coming up for you, or like have you or kind of thinking of like going forward, especially after do you think with Sue Young at Battle Club or going back to BCW? What else do you have planned, like, or are you trying to plan?
So I'm trying to, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but we're trying to go overseas in October. So that's the big one right now. I'm very like, I don't want to say anything because it's like, if I say it, it won't happen. But
yeah, one of those bad luck.
I'm like,
bad juju.
Exactly.
Now, in terms of overseas, where in particular, where'd you want to wrestle overseas?
We're trying to go to Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is there any like type of promotion, like say, because I mean, there's how many promotions? I mean, because when you get Stardom, you have it's so damn the runs right now. We've already know that's Marigold because we had had obviously you kind of kept up with Julia coming over.
There's Sendai Girls. Japan. Yeah.
Well, I said the Sunday Girls because I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, that's Meiko Satomura. So
yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
we'll see. We will see.
Have you thought about doing it in the UK? Right where, I mean, say ICW, the Scottish brand promotion with ICW.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have my passport. If someone from anywhere wants to hit me up, by all means.
Because had Piper Niven not come over to WWE, that's the one I could see you if you wrestle on the UK scene because or what's she known as? I think it might have been Viper. I could be freaking wrong because I have not seen ICW and a hot goddamn minute. But I mean, what else do you have about the UK? That's probably the only one I know that's notable in the UK. But no, never mind. You got Progress. Hello, way. We forgot about fucking progress, or is it Progress? Is what they call it now. I
think it's Progress because they say progress in like the British accent, so it's Progress.
Because I mean, God, I ain't even going to really guess. Yeah, you say we'll see, but the one thing that I'd probably say, Hank Gunther not coming over, boy. Now let me ask you this: would you ever get paid to take a Gunther chop?
Oh my God, 100%. Yes.
See, I wouldn't because that fucking would hurt.
I would. My chest would just how scrawny I am. My chest would just explode.
Because it's the way how it sounds. It's like, I mean, perfect example. You ever watched NXT UK during like the pandemic era with him and Dragunov, and you just hear that?
I love that match so much.
I was like, yes, and I can see why WWE
there you go.
Getting Gunther. I mean, and it's kind of funny too. It's like now it's funny going back to the thing with BCW. I think it's well, let me see if I can bring up the card here on my phone really quick because there's one in particular that I'm probably not remembering a lot. That's Ninja Mac.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, where have I known that name from? Oh wait, is that the one time this dude had a continuous fucking backflip? It's like, what the hell is
terrifying?
Like,
terrifying.
I say that's and the other guy, obviously what happened last show, you now got Crowbar and B-Boy going at it.
Yeah.
Then you got Drake Younger and Jimmy Lloyd.
Mm.
I don't know. I didn't know the fuck that Jimmy Lloyd was going to be there. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but the way I was like, holy crap. Now, the one match in particular, this makes this man salty, is that Mr. Anderson, aka Mr. Kennedy, is coming to Philadelphia. It's like, and yeah, you can tell that his reaction there. Because and the perfect story for this, like anytime there's a wrestling event, somehow the wrestling guys hate this man.
It all stems from COVID.
Yeah, because COVID screwed him.
Literally a week from me going to an AEW show, because my aunt got me the tickets for AEW Dynamite for my birthday. It was my birthday week. It was going to be on April 20th of 2020. Literally within a week of the show even being in Philly, the whole nation gets locked down, and
Of
then by the time the world opens up, the nation opens up, I'm in a different state. So I can't even go anymore. And then after that, each and every domino fell. It's like when AEW Dynamite was there, CM Punk was there, Bryan Danielson was there. I was like, are you serious? And then every single thing that happens, Rob's like, oh, this person's coming to Philly. This person's coming to Philly.
Yeah, it's just kind of rubbing his face a little bit because how our friendship is the last 15 years, like we love to bust each other's chops.
Yeah.
And we're very effed up in the head. So in terms of our sense of humor.
That's the best kind of people.
Now, my question is, because obviously with Hot Summer Nights, we're also having another with Missy Sampson. Are you familiar with her at all?
Yeah. I've worked with her a bunch of times for her promotion.
Like, can you give us like the background of what Missy Sampson's about? Because, like I said, I think it's from the Monster Factory. Because I haven't really kept up with the Monster Factory in years.
Yeah, she's been wrestling. Oh my gosh, I want to say over 20 years, something insane like that. But she's been wrestling a long time. She's one of the coaches at Monster Factory, and she runs an all women's promotion, Bell to Bell, out of the Monster Factory. So, which I've
seen you in some clips from Bell to Bell, from what I and like and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, so that kind of I was like, okay, because now has Missy what women has Missy worked with? Like, is anybody that's familiar of any notable names that she's coached?
That she's Notorious Mimi. I know she was on NXT. She was what was her name on NXT? Sloan? Something like that.
Oh crappy.
Yeah, so
so that lady.
Yes.
Okay.
Like has she Gabby Ortiz, she was on Women's Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't Missy just strictly women, or has she done some of the men too?
I mean, I know she's responsible for coaching everybody at the Monster Factory, but those are a couple of the notable names that I know she's worked closely with.
Yes, knowing the fact now she's the latest inducted to have her banner hung in the Highland Halls of 2300. But seeing of how that show, and and it's kind of funny. I watched like a 10-second little or 10-minute thing on Triller. You see me because I was wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt, and you can't really miss me because I'm freaking wide. I'm a big guy, so but really it's like now okay, let me rephrase this too. Like, have you ever watched old GCW? GCW. No. Oh my. Even CCW too. Like a young Sam. You seen young Sammy or hell, Joe Gacy. Jeez, Lord Almighty, I feel bad. Anybody who's gonna get in the ring with that dude.
Yeah.
Now my thing is do you ever? That's kind of crazy. I'm really asking to be more of a psychopath because I blame Bully for this because he got me and Tyler hooked up on CZW and we have not haven't really stopped because we seen the first Cage of Death was was it 11 with him and Danny Havoc? God rest that man's soul.
Yeah.
No, the fact that then he had a cardboard game, he was like, now I've seen goddamn everything from barbed wire to glass. I was like, man, and I couldn't imagine how bad the showers must have been because those open wounds and shit like that. It's like that's something I can't really do. It's like, but
no, thank you.
obviously we know that Richard Holly's coming because me and Tyler got a lot of familiar with him from MLW. Him and MGF were
they were the dynasty.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I have not heard that tag faction name in years. Now, Akira, I'm not familiar with Akira. That was announced for BCW. So this will be the first.
You should look him up. He's been in Japan for quite a while now. He's like the deathmatch king over there. So
he's kind of like Japan's version of Nick Gage, that sort of sense.
He is, yes. He is all about deathmatch and violence. So
then again, that's no surprise. I mean, Japan's really notorious for that. I mean,
seen
a lot from what was that one guy's name that was the innovator of it? Oh, crappy. Was it Atoshi's I'm thinking of?
Oh, Onita.
That's what I'm thinking of. What? No, fucking like exploding barbed wire and shit like that. But still, I still think going into July, I still think you and Danny are going to still tear the house down.
We're going to kill each other, yeah.
I hope to God you take the damn belt off her. I think it's well over.
It's well overdue.
Yeah, because how long? She's had that belt a while.
It's felt like it's been a while. From what I've been hearing or what I've been seeing a lot of on social media, but looking at it, the rest, I mean, crap, I have a lot of shit
Time for a change of hands.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of crazy too, because like when I got a chance to meet B-Boy and held his title belt, I cannot believe how heavy those fucking things are. That's like like some of these wrestlers make it look easy. It's like I can see why. I mean, like you said too, like it not just become a burden, like how heavy those freaking things are.
They're so heavy, yes.
Because what are they usually about, like 5-10 pounds at the most? If I could be wrong.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Well, with PPW, like, kind of give me a background, because how long have you done PPW, by any chance?
I'm gonna say it's coming up on like 2 years I've been with PPW. They're great out there in Slatington, Pennsylvania.
Well, that's a bit of a hike from Philly.
Yes, it's about an hour and a half. It's north.
No, that's in the unknown central PA, which a lot of Pittsburghers and Philadelphians don't talk about. Because you got Pittsburgh on one end, Philly on the other, and you just got the whole middle of nothing. Middle central PA.
That's the home of PPW. but I mean, they're great.
I can see why. I mean, it's like, and seeing what, kind of getting the chance to meet you. I mean, Crowbar, don't say I will admit I was a bit intimidated because, like, Christ almighty, the Matt, when you have a nickname, the Matt Butcher, it's like, you know what, I'm just going to stay away.
Right.
But Masada was cool. Oh God, who else? I mean, B-Boy was definitely fucking cool, for sure. Because seeing a guy like, and he's been around the block more than a few times. I mean, Crowbar. It's kind of funny because when I have a conversation with him, because I was we were trying to hope to get something with him because I think I remember him one of these days where I think he did one dark match on WWE programming, then also WCW. Jesus Christ, I'm saying in the crappy days, as we like to call it, of night of WCW, when you had like before the obviously that, and knowing the fact that him and Matt Tremont put each other through hell. Then again, that's doesn't surprise me with Matt Tremont because I mean he also was the reason why we have H2O. Well, I don't know. He never really specified why he closed down H2O here in Jersey. That's where we're kind of seeing Sean. And it's funny. One of the events we saw Sean wrestle was goddamn Paul London's like, where the fuck did this guy come from? Just before, like, he was all like, and you remember Paul London back in the day in the mid 2000s, like And now this guy's got a singing. I was like, this is not the Paul London I freaking remember.
Yeah,
Or the fact,
I was confused too, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, he's dressing like Elvis now. He's singing. What is going
Yep.
on with Paul London?
yeah, because the rumor, I think the only thing I remember of Paul London is where he got fired when he that was during when Vince got his limo blowing up on it. Was it SmackDown? If I'm not mistaken, my memory.
It was either SmackDown or the Raw. I think it was the Raw where he was supposed to kayfabe die in that limousine explosion that happened.
My God.
And Paul London was just cheesing the entire time.
I was like, yeah, and that's now. I don't know if you ever saw the latest episode of Raw or was it SmackDown? I think it might have been Raw. That now we have Ron the Truth Killings is now coming showing his face like,
yeah,
what is happening? So I have not
Love
seen that
that.
gimmick since the mid 2000s in TNA in the mid 2000s.
Yeah,
No, obviously early in the early 2000s.
Everyone's about to be reminded that he's an animal.
Yeah, I mean the guy. I mean the first African American NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. I mean, screw Jeff Jarrett for that, but I mean, but knowing Jeff nowadays, I mean, dude's pretty cool. And the fact, because I don't know, have you ever watched the older TNA like in the early stages when they had that partnership? Because when I look at the Elvis impersonators, one face, I kid you not, I did not miss. I was like, that's Jimmy fucking Wang Yang. I know that Asian redneck anywhere. I was like, this is what he's doing now. I was like, my lord. But it's like, I don't know. It's going to give me time to get used to with R-Truth now being back to what he was. It's like, it's been well over decades since he really used it.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, K quit. Now, my thing is like, what theme is he going to really use? That's my biggest. To me, we have. I mean, that was a 3 Live Crews. What I'm thinking of. Like I said, my memory is as you get older, like your memory goes to shit for lack of a better term. But I mean, at this point in time, it's like, it's kind of nice to meet another fellow wrestling fan because obviously wrestling fans nowadays are kind of. It depends on the bunch. Are they good? They're a bunch of assholes, or just or just fucking psychotic because let's be real, they don't have no sense of common sense. Right. I mean, obviously you have kept up with Roxanne getting stalked and all that crap. It's like,
that's terrifying.
It's like it doesn't really make it makes no sense. There's a limit. That's a line you just can't cross.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now it's like, now my other question is, do you design your own gear?
Or do you have someone else? Do not. I have a couple of friends that like designing, gear and things like that. I also take like inspo from other things that I've seen, and I just give it to a gear maker and be like, just mesh these ideas together, and that's it.
Because like Saturday night on BCW, like the one that like it kind of it had like a lot of mixture, a little bit of little Rosemary-esque from her when she was a bit more on the plus side of things, with her little bit of Jessica Havoc. Obviously the makeup with a more Rhea mixed with a little Bull Nakano. It was like a lot of pieces coming together, which I really liked it.
Thank you.
I mean, Danny. I mean, she's I like to call her and Facade like the walking glow sticks, because that's kind of. I can't. And it's not a bad thing for me. I just can't do neon colors, because especially neon yellow, especially when it's very sunny out, it hurts your damn eyes. I was like, there's no damn way. And well, now granted it was inside, but that's something I also want. Hopefully, Timothy will get to do. Is get the neon blondes going. Yeah. For a show. Yeah. Because. And I might be dropping shit. Yeah, I mean, the sticker that I still had, I got that Saturday, definitely gives you a lot of like Rhea, Bull Nakano, a little bit with the vein makeup part. Just a lot of other.
Yeah. Now, try to pull inspo from
I'll say
everywhere.
another inspo I can give you a little tip. Try to think some from Awesome
Oh, yeah.
Karma.
Oh,
Unfortunately, because I mean, well, they made the fact that's the same one who made Michael Cole a little bit fearful for his goddamn life.
Yeah.
But still, it's like really because it's been now last final, and there's a few other things, and Tyler might have some stuff on his mind too. That so far with the experience that you have, like, how is it? Because I know wrestling, doing this is not for everybody.
It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. You have to have such thick skin, and you need to be so mentally strong. Not even like physical stuff, because obviously you need to be, physically
Because you're gonna have a lot of
strong.
stuff getting like names tossed at you.
Yes.
I mean, like I said before, you had a little couple of kids
I had
called you an
kids
asshole,
calling
and
me
you're
an
talking so
asshole.
much
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I had a lot
but
of people, calling me just like saying you suck and burn your boots and you should quit, and like, also being a bigger person in the industry isn't the easiest thing in the world, because a lot of people have things to say, which I mean, I don't care.
that is true. I
but
mean,
yeah,
it's just
you
kind
need
of like
to be.
how would who am I thinking of? Oh, Naya is another one that's a perfect example of a lot of the criticisms that she's had. Being a plus size woman, and now it's kind of seeing in a way kind of trim up a bit. And it's like that's something that, well, not say I hope doesn't follow you or whatnot, but that would kind of will irk the crap out of me, because
to me, it's like if everyone looked the same in this business, it would be boring as shit. Like,
yeah, that is true. That's kind of the beauty of pro wrestling. It's like everyone comes all different shapes and sizes, but
it's like I don't have to be your cup of tea. It's totally fine, but like you don't got to sit there and call me names either.
That's funny, because in that entire event, I was the only one that probably was the big support. It was the only one that actually
probably,
yeah. And I will say, the first match with it was weird, because I watched a lot of Casey Navarro wins with TNA. The reaction he was getting is like, it was mixed. It's like, first of all, this dude's a fucking heel by nature.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, a babyface reaction. I was like, then go lows blows sometimes. I was like, well, that never changes. But but still, like myself, I'm definitely going to try to follow up more and keep a track on it. Tyler, got any more a few thoughts before we end up out of here?
I have a final comment. My buddy here, thankfully enough, sent me some clips of your stuff. You now have a new fan in me, so hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to you next in wrestling. And
thank you.
Well, before we went up out of here, but Sammy, you can tell people where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. I'm at Real Sammy Chaos on Instagram and X. Don't friend me on Facebook. No, I'm just kidding. If you find me on Facebook, absolutely you can friend me. But yeah, you can look me up anywhere and all my shit will pop up. So stalk my social media, follow me, like all of my things. Thank you.
But that being said, you guys want to check out her highlights, definitely check out her YouTube channel, which I do. If you got I have it linked in the in the community post. You're gonna have to scroll a little bit. But that being said, Sammy, it was a pleasure meeting you. Definitely would gladly see you again in July. And that being said, appreciate you guys hanging out, and we are out of here.
Thank you.